In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. After 6 days of finished creation, on 7th day, God blessed the 7th day and made it holy. And He put His name in that day, Abba, which means Father. And He has the title of Creator of heaven and earth. The 7th day normally, as in the book of Peter, one day is considered to be 1,000 years. So the 7th day, it will be the millennium, the 7th millennium. After the reaping of the harvest for 6,000 years on earth, the elected will be with God for 1,000 years. For all person who die for Christ, who follow Christ, wow, their sin forgiven. Those who are in the tomb at the horn of the 7th trumpet, they will rise from the tomb. It is the first resurrection. The resurrection of the just. And those who are living, they will change and go with me. This is and the way for 1,000 years. Millennium. So the 7th day will called the Sabbath will be the 7th millennium level. Therefore, there has been a fight since the beginning. God chose a people, Abraham and his descendants. At Mount Sinai, God rested that day in the 10th commandment, that is the 4th commandment. It is kind of a remembrance of God as a creator. Afterwards, what happened? We found that they will disobey. And Jeremiah will warn them. Jeremiah will say to them, don't carry load on the Sabbath day, because God will kindle a fire in the city of Jerusalem, and they will go in captivity. Nevertheless, they did not listen to Jeremiah, and there was 3 deportations. The first one, 605, and the last one is 186. In the first one, we find that Daniel was sent into captivity. There, the king of Nebuchadnezzar, who God called as his servant, or as his instrument to execute his will. Jeremiah chapter 25 verses 8. Jeremiah said that they will be there in captivity for 70 years. It is Jeremiah chapter 17 verses 21 also up to 27. They will remain in captivity for 70 years. After the 70 years, God will choose Cyrus. Cyrus was chosen as a shepherd to execute the will of God, as an instrument to punish Babylon. And we find that Daniel had the first dream. The dream was that of 4 beasts The third beast was a lion. The second beast was a bear. The third beast was a leopard. And there was a wild beast with 10 horns. The first beast, the lion, represented Babylonian Empire. The second beast, the bear, represents the Medo-Persian, Persia. The third beast was a leopard. A leopard with 4 heads. The 4 heads mean, first of all, the first king was Alexander the Great, who died at the age of 33, and whose infantrymen was massacred by 4 generals. The kingdom was divided among the 4 generals. 2 of them are prominent, while Seleucus Nicator and his dynasty is the Seleucid, and the reign Russia, and the reign Syria instead of Russia, and the last dynasty, the reign over Egypt. There was 6 wars between Syria and Egypt. Then afterward, we have the 4th animal, which is terrible. It has 10 horns. The 10 horns resemble 10 kingdoms, and the animal, they carry the 10 horns. The 10 horns, the 10 kingdoms will support this wild animal, which is another kingdom, and it is the Roman Empire. And the 10 kingdom was Europe, who support Rome in his persecution, especially religion persecution. Now we come Daniel. When it was in Babylon, the king had a dream of a big statue. The head was in gold, the breast was in silver, and the waist was in bronze, the leg was in iron, and the toes was mingled clay and iron. We know that clay and iron doesn't mingle, therefore there will be alliance between this kingdom. And in 2012 there was a treaty, Maastricht, where all Europe, they have only one money, the euro. That's why we want one parliament. This accomplishes the prophecy. Now we come to Jeremiah, when Jeremiah said the sins, if you disobey God, carrying load during the Sabbath, your city will be destroyed. It is a devastating sin. When we find when the Jews returned, God commanded Cyrus, and he called his shepherd. He commanded him to build a temple, and Cyrus sent the Israelite elders. We have Joshua, the high priest, Nehemiah, and they built the city in difficult time. Later on, Jeremiah will tell them, because at the eve of Sabbath, we have many neighboring countries, they bring their goods to sell. Nehemiah was very angry, and he told them, because of that devastating thing, that all the calamity befell on the city of Jerusalem. Therefore, he tried to stop, to shut the gate. Now we come to the book of Daniel, about the 4th animal, the wild beast. We know in the book of Leviticus, if they continue sinning, therefore what happened? God said He will end them with a beast. Therefore, they continue sinning. It is the beast will devour their children. Leviticus chapter 26, verse 22. Therefore, what happened to the Christian church? Before arriving to the Christian church, we'd like to see in the book of Daniel. We know that there is a prophecy of 70 weeks. 70 weeks, normally, if you look in the book of Ezekiel, one day is equal to 1 year. 70 weeks is 490 days, that is 490 years. Therefore, in the book of Daniel, where we find the 70 weeks are being decreed on the people of Israel. Why 70 weeks? When it is taught that 70 weeks, we find in the when the order was given to rebuild the temple. When the order was given, we know that there have been free deportation of the Israelites in Babylon. Therefore, there are three decrees. The first decree is by Cyrus himself, whom God commanded to build the temple. The second decree was given by Darius, and the execution of the third decree was in the reign of Artaxerxes in the year 457 BC. Therefore, the edict was given material, all these things, to go to build the city. The starting point is 457. Therefore, it landed in the year 34 AD after Christ. What happened AD 34? We know God, the Israelites is not longer considered as God's people. Salvation will open to all the nation. God chose Saul. We know what happened to Saul when he was in road to Damascus with letters to persecute, to bring in prison the Christian. He got a big light. Christ appeared to him, and he was chosen as the apostle of the Gentile. Therefore, salvation goes to the Gentile become Christian. Did the apostle just abolish the seventh day? Was written by the hand of God? We know that the Sabbath was written by the hand of God. If we go into Deuteronomy chapter 9 verse 10, we find that it's God who wrote and gave it to Moses. Have any human can or anyone can just obliterate, can change the law? They made attempt. Because Christ, after his death, he said, if you have to flee during our time, we know that the Roman in the year 70 AD, they destroyed Jerusalem. Christ was pinpointing that time. Say it should not, but pray that it don't happen on the Sabbath day. This means that the Sabbath was still in force when it was changed. We have to go to the fourth and the wild animal. Why the Christian religion was handed over to to a wild animal. We find in ancient time, if they continue sinning, they are going, as we say, in the book of Leviticus, they are going to be handed over to wild animal. Because of sin. What is sin? Sin is the transgression of the law. A what law? You have 10 commandments. It is an attack direct on the title of God. God has created. God blessed the seventh day, made it holy. Any other day wasn't holy. But they make it an attack on the title of God. A direct attack as creator. They chose a day of the sun, with pagan Rome was just honoring. Therefore, the Christian religion became a pagano-Christian. Many pagan custom, ritual was introduced. A celibacy of clergymen, we have the mass, we have confession. All this was introduced in the Christian religion. Therefore, what happened? God will hand them over the wild beasts. If we go to look in the book of Daniel, chapter 7. If we look in book chapter 7, we find that verses 23. He gave me the explanation. The fourth beast is the fourth kingdom that will appear on earth. It will be different from the other kingdom. There was three kingdoms before. We have the Babylonian, we have the Medo-Persian, we have the Greece, and the fourth kingdom was a political religion kingdom. Appear on earth will different. That's why it was different, and will devour the whole earth, trample it down and crushing it. What is a 10 horn? We know the wild beast has 10 horns. The 10 horns are 10 kings. Therefore, 10 kingdoms will come from this kingdom. You know that the barbarian tribe, they defeated the Romans. They attacked the Romans from all parts. We have the Alaman, we have the Erul. Afterwards, they have been Christianized. They are the 10 kingdoms. This is called modern Europe. The 10 or 10 kings will come from this kingdom. After them, another king will arise different from the other one. He will subdue. There will be another one. And the other one will subdue three tribes. What is three tribes? We have the Ostrogoth, we have the Eril, and the Visigoth. They disappeared. They were defeated. They were uprooted. And it took the place. That it was different. This one, he will make an attack. On what attack he will make? He will speak against the Most High. He will take the title that God alone. Christ say, don't call anyone father. God only is 3 times holy, but he will take most holy fathers. Therefore, he will speak blasphemy. He will oppose the saint. We find during the time of the Middle Ages, the time of the Inquisition, how they put the sin to death. Look at what he said. He will oppress the sin and try to change the set of time and law. What laws? What time? We know God normally established the lunar calendar, not solar, but here we are under the solar calendar. And what law? If we look at the Ten Commandments, it's not the same as that religion just is preaching. It's all different. They abolish the first law. They replace it by others, they cut it into two. The seed will be handed over to him time, and half a time. 3.5 years. In the book of Revelation, it's called 42 months. Or 3.5 years, the same symbol. Therefore, 1,260 years, that is, when he will take the title of Pontifex Maximus, that is Great Pontiff, and he will put a chaw on his head, that is, chaw means free. The three kingdoms that have been disappeared, they are replaced. And when this happened, there was a decree of Justinian was emperor in 538. From 538 up to the French Revolution, we know the Cardinal Berthier put this man and carry him into France, in Rome, where he died in 1799. Therefore, it's the change the law, they change the fourth commandment, they replace it by Sunday worship that come from Rome. And what it is, that religion come from Rome, that come from the Jews, and they lost all of their Jewish root. This is what happened with this animal. While the Christian was handed over to that beast because of rebellion, same as the Israelite. If you look into chapter 8, verses 11, what we see? We start at verses 9. After one of them, of the 10 home, came another home, which started smaller but grew in toward the beautiful land. The beautiful land is Israel. He grew until he reached the host of heaven. The host of heaven. This means the Christian. And for some of the study us down to the earth and trample on them, persecute them. It set itself up as great as a prince of the host. Prince of the host is Jesus Christ. It took away the daily sacrifice from him. We know there has been an error translation. It says that 2,300 evening and morning the sanctuary will be reconsecrated. But in the Hebrew it is Nizdash Kodesh. That is, sanctity will be justified. Therefore, we know that some say the sanctuary will be purified. We know that there is no sanctuary. At the death of Christ, there is no animal sacrifice. But only one sanctuary in heaven where Christ is the only mediator. He's pleading our cause every day. When somebody repents, they come in front of the throne of grace and they are forgiveness. On the blood of Christ, normally they receive the forgiveness and they are admitted and their book is written in the book of life. Therefore, we find that because of rebellion, it took away the daily sacrifice. We know there is no daily sacrifice now, and the place of sanctuary was brought low. As we know, Christ is the high priest. If you look in the book of Hebrews chapter 9, you find Christ is the high priest according to the Melchizedek, which has no commencement, no ending. Christ is the high priest forever. Therefore, that person who took the title of Pontifex Maximus, he said that they represent Christ on earth. Christ has no representative on earth. He don't leave no one to replace him on earth. Therefore, here because of rebellion, the oath of the saint and the daily sacrifice was hand over. Because of rebellion, because they changed the law, because they sin. That's why the Christian religion was handed over to the beast, which is a papal religion, Roman papal. Therefore, Rome lost its temporal political power, and it regained it in religion. And all will be in admiration if you look in the book of Revelation. Admiration of the beast. Or the old world, he said. And he will succeed. What he said. He will prosper in everything he did. And the truth was thrown to. What is the truth? What is the truth? Christ comes for the truth. If we look in Psalm 119, he said, the law is the truth. And how long God will support that his truth isn't there? Will be trampled on. He said to me, chapter 8, verses 14, it will take 2,300 evening and morning. We know what God created the earth. Every day was called evening and morning. The day begin by the evening and finish by the evening. Therefore, 2,300 evening and morning, 2,400 days, according to the book of Ezekiel, is 2,300 years. That's the same starting point. In 457, same as the 70 week. And what happened? When it landed in 1844. In 1844, God redemanded. We have no excuse. He wanted that all the commandments should be observed. Because in the book of James, he said that if you transgress one commandment, you transgress all. Therefore, God demand become it need. If that's why in Revelation chapter 7 we find that the four winds at the corner of the world will be hell, and the sealing will take place. Why? Because there will be no persecution for 150 years. They say 5 months in the books of the trumpet, in the fifth trumpet, 5 months. Therefore, in the sixth trumpet, we find that if the voice will come from the altar, that's by Christ. It will be the signal for the four angels to release the wind. Then there will be the third world war. The third world war is looming, is in front of us. We have on one part, according to the book of Ezekiel, in the book of Daniel. If we look into the book of Daniel, chapter 11, verses 40, we know the leopard represents the Greece, and the dynasty, the two dynasties was the Sikh war of Syria, we have Syria and Egypt. Then it transport chapter 11, verses 40, what he said. At the time of the end, the king of the south will engage in battle, and the king of the north will storm at the time of the end. It is in our time. Against him, with chariot and cavalry and a great fleet of ships, he will invade many countries and sweep through them like a flood. He will also invade the most beautiful land. Therefore, If it is not that year in the month of Av, that is the month of August, it will be definitely in the month of Av in next year, 2017. Because 1230 will be 70 years after the birth of Israel. Therefore, a war is looming as the king of the south. They are the Islamic countries who since a long time they want to obliterate the name of Israel. They call him the Zion. They are preparing to do it. They are arming themselves with nuclear weapons. On one side, the Islamic countries all around Israel, because the whole nation will come to invade Israel, and Russia will, as the king of the north, will storm, and they will try to invade even Europe. As in time of Israel, there have been free deportation, and we know that there have been 2 world wars on Europe. There is third one as same as the time of Israel. The third world war is in front of us. We know that the world will not last more than 6,000 years. God make a market. He create all heaven and earth in 6 days. According to the book of Peter, 1 day is 1,000 years. Therefore, our planet Earth would not go on more than 6,000 years. We are on the brink, or we can say we are on the years ahead. We are finishing the 6,000 years. The 7 millennium will be the Sabbath, the big Sabbath. Therefore, people who are not observing the Sabbath, there will be a law. Remember the law. America and other nations, they are preparing a law to force all human beings. If you not take the mark of the beast, you cannot buy yourself. You are going to starve. And if you want to resist, to be faithful to God, therefore you will be imprisoned by the law. You are going to be declared terrorists. You have to flee. You have to flee the big town, the small town. Go. But at the end they are going to try to have fixity to put all these people to death. As Christ delivered the free Israeli in the furnace. As Christ delivered Daniel in the den of the lion. You have to place your faith in Christ. He is a stone, it is a rock. You have to find your way. You have to search to know what time you're living. They wanted to have a new world order. They wanted to have a worldwide religion. They wanted to have all the earth in rebellion against our Father. Therefore, try to open your eyes. Don't be blind. Because we knew at the time of Israel, the same that happened. They did not, when they were visited, they did not know. In the time of Lot, in the time of Noah, even Noah preached, they were rebelled. We know what happened. But Christ said it would be the same as the time of Noah. Same time as the Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened? They have trespassed the limit. When we find parliament judges they just pass gay laws is happening. It is a time of blood. We are living the time. Try to read and to understand. Try to save yourself and your family. If you have the mark of the beast, you should know what is the mark of the beast and what is the seal of God. What is a seal? A seal normally for a country, first of all, if you have a king, first of all, we have the name of the king. For England, we have King George. What is the title? Is the king. George, King George. And what is dominion? Is Britain. Therefore, God, what is the seal of God? It should have the name. In his Sabah, Abba means father, we have the name. When he put the Sabah, this means that he's a creator. When you observe Sabah, you give allegiance to God as a creator, or what? Title creator, or what? Of heaven and earth. Because Sabah is a seal. And even the Holy Spirit will guide you. He will guide you to, he bring you to Christ. He creates the necessary condition on you so that you repent. What Christ has said, Christ said, I did not come to condemn you. I pay your sin and I want you to be saved. But that is a condition. God cannot save rebellious people who transgress his sin, because all the angels are watching on our planet Earth. What? There is a war. The war was in heaven, and the devil had been cast out of heaven. The war is on our planet Earth. Was the archangel who are just around us, try to tempt people to sing, which is to go in rebellion to God. And we have good angel also who is protecting us. The fight is on our planet Earth. That's all. Open your eyes and see.